Hi, I'm Tracy Hart again with OLIT 473, and today I'm going to talk to you about your evaluation plan or analysis. Most of you have already submitted your topics to me, and I just want to talk a little bit about that because some of you are still wondering what to do your topic on. And if you are developing a training plan for another class, or if you've done that already, please feel free to append to that training plan with your evaluation plan. If you're developing it one right now, then you can, some of the information might work together very well. That could make things a little bit easier for you. You can always feel free to group up with someone who has a project. And then I was telling one of you that a student in another class didn't have exposure to training and hadn't done any training and hadn't developed any. So what he did was he interviewed someone who had training at their organization, and he did an evaluation analysis on that. So those are some options for you, and if you're still struggling with an idea to come up with, please contact me, and I'm certain that we'll come up with something together. But that, just keep in mind, you're going to either be developing an evaluation plan or you're going to develop an analysis where you'll compare what was done to what we're learning in class, and then compare and contrast that and give your own thoughts. Okay, so that's the topic. The perspective that you want to have is just pretend that you're a director of you're in an organization, and your director walked in and said, I've assigned you to the evaluation team and this is your project. And your project is the one that you've selected. And just work from that mental framework when you're thinking about it, like, what would my director want out of this? And treat that as your primary stakeholder. There's going to be a time a little bit later for you to work on who your stakeholders are, but just keep that in mind as a perspective so that you know that from where your mind is when you're developing it and who you're developing it for. Beginning this week, you're starting to have paragraphs due each week that actually build on the project, so that as you complete the paragraph and you get feedback from me, you incorporate that feedback. By the time you get done, or over the course of the next few weeks, you're going to have a very solid foundation of what your project is all about, and you're going to have the bulk of it done. Of course, you know, it won't be completely done, but you'll have some more things to fill in. But the more you work on those paragraphs and you work to submit them and you incorporate the feedback you get from me, the stronger your paper is going to be. The paragraphs are not required, but it is to your benefit to do those each week. There are, of course, other assignments that are due each week, and you'll want to pay attention to those as well. But for the paragraphs leading up to the evaluation plan or analysis, I just want you to know it's to your benefit to complete those. The the final paper is to be 7 to 10 pages long, double-spaced, 1-inch margins, and you can tell from that just building, 7 or 8 paragraphs is going to be a nice chunk of that paper. That's due, of course, later in the semester, and you do have your smaller groups in the discussion area for which you can discuss topics or issues that you might bump into when you're developing your paragraphs. You might even just have a conversation about stakeholders. What's a stakeholder, and why is this person a stakeholder and not that one? And what is this about? We'll be talking about those in the discussion blogs, but the purpose of the smaller group is to give you a little bit more of an intimate group in which to discuss those issues or questions or topics that you're having along the way. If you have questions, of course, contact me. My contact information is on the syllabus. It's in the module content. You'll find it there. And just a note about the weekly modules. You will manage your work better if you work from the weekly module. So just click on the current week. The weeks align with what's in the syllabus. The assignments are all laid out there. They all match. But some of you, I found, are going to the discussion blog first or the assignment area first and getting confused about what's due and when to do it. So just stick to the weekly modules. The left navigation bar has all of the items that you need for that week. And then, again, contact me if you have questions. That's it for now. See you next time. Bye-bye.